Hello everyone and welcome to another UConn UPDC construction project update. My name is Lou Gett and today is July 8, 2017. We're going to be taking you through the progress on all of our utility infrastructure upgrades. We're going to begin at the junction of Stores Road, Route 195, North Eagleville Road. This shot was taken the end of April, right before graduation, just before construction started. And it's great for us to remember what it looked like because it will never look like this again. We're flying over the intersection of Glenbrook, Swan Lake to the left-hand side, the Islamic Center. Actually, this section here will have multiple center islands all the way up to the Islamic section. So our tour today will be broken up into three parts. We're at the eastern part, will be our first part, one in the middle, and then all the way to Discovery Lane on the end. We'll stop right here at Chemistry. Okay, fast forward to July 8th, 2017. We're flying over the same section we just did. The utilities in this area aren't too bad. Not quite as full as some of the others. We're passing over, there's new electrical duct banks through this area. There's some minor fire protection lines in through here, and a forced main that travels through this whole area through here. This will be the first area to be completed with as far as the finishes go. In the center of the road here, you get a chance to see the electrical duct bank, all of the conduits, electric to the left. Right hand side is the telecommunication. And this will be the first section completed up to this fence way right here on the Islamic driveway. Between here and the north dorms is mostly staging area in through here. This section will be one of the next sections that they begin working on, so there's not too much construction in between here. And again, our stop-off point will be at Chemistry. Alright, continuing from our break point at Chemistry, heading west, existing conditions again. We Atwater to the left. This area is going to be torn up pretty quickly. There'll be a lot of steam lines coming under Atwater from the tunnel that's on the south side of Atwater. That will be coming in this place, traveling both east and west. So that's the cemetery to the right hand side. You can see the walkway that we're just approaching right in through here, and the driveway down to Torrey. The finishes in this area will be drastic. So the width of the road stays just about the same, but there'll be stone walls, seating areas, new sidewalks, etc. And our next break point will be right here at the North Campus crosswalk. They've started some construction in this middle space, but again, this is going to be the last sections finished. We can see some electrical vaults to the north here. And the break point is almost in the center of the old road. Once they cross the steam under Atwater, this area will really take off. But the hard and heavy construction going on now is to the west of the North Campus intersection that we're looking at right here. And that will be the next section we move into. Okay, back we go from July 8th back to April 22nd. Existing conditions, Torrey Life Science to the left. This is our break point right here on the North Campus. Existing conditions, all these walkways to the north between the east and west dorms on North Campus, these are all going to change in location. This finished section here will have stone walls, some round areas where the walks join together, completely different. Wait till you see the construction that's going on here in the next clip. Wow. So again, we're moving through here to give us an idea of what it looked like before we got down in through here. As we move over to, this is the Gant Mass Science building on the left-hand side across from this crosswalk. Some serious construction we're going to show you shortly. One of the major steam vaults that supplies this area in through here. And finally, as we move down a little bit further, the end of this project in our landscaping utility construction is going to be heading up Discovery Lane to the right hand side. Okay, we're finishing up to all the way to the west to Discovery Lane. Here we are at the North New Haven building, the M1 vault. This is what's going on the project. So the whole goal here is to bring steam before school gets back up to the dorm sections in here for hot water. It's crazy utilities on the right hand side. We've got the forced sewer main, we've got electrical duct banks, there's fire protection, regular water, steam in through this section, right in through here. We're coming up on the next steam vault, A1, to the right hand side. Rock has been the issue in this area through here. We can see the excavator chipping up to the right. Finally, the steam from this vault over here heading into the Goodyear dorm over through here. The steam and condensate lines are crossing the road over in this section through here. And finally, this G1 far to the left, that's what's going to feed the steam to this area. And that's our big push in through this area here. You have to leave roadways open, so a little bit of jumping around here. Finally, as we get to Discovery Lane, there is a steam line that begins to head up Discovery Lane that will be for central stores. We cannot leave the North Eagleville Road Phase 3B project without again going over this massive effort to get steam on back to the dorms for the beginning of this semester. To the right hand side, that's where the steam is connected. That's our first vault, G1. Comes over to this next vault in the center of your screen, vault number 2. The steam line then travels to the east on the south side of the road, crosses the road right here in front of you, begins to continue east on the north side of the road. The next vault is called A1. It comes up and feeds the west side of the northwest dorms. And this next section in here has been all ledge. The contractor's been hammering the rock out, very slow process, causing extra days, extra shifts, extra men. And they're getting it done to finally bring the steam up for this vault right over here, which is M1, which is to the north dorm, feeding the New Haven dorm. So what a massive effort, a dozen pieces of machinery plus making this happen for the start of school. Next, we're taking you to Hillside Road. 2 projects in one here. The Central Campus infrastructure upgrade in ESCO. Right next to the west dorm you see over here, these 2 dots we're approaching is where the project begins. This is vault E7. We're going to break into there, connect new pipes. Just up from that walk where that light pole is going to be a new vault, E7A. Will eventually provide services across the street. This next dot is a location we're going to put in D7, which services the football facility. This is a great option to see. All the sidewalk will eventually be removed, and the new steam line actually goes pretty close to underneath the sidewalk. As we continue up Hillside Road, there's actually my truck in the old parking lot to the School of Business. The next vault is a major player is A7. Look to the right over here, these 2 dots, that's where you'll see very shortly where this vault A7 is going to be the connection point. And as we continue by the School of Business, look down that very small box, bang, right there. That houses all the site lighting conduits. We'll show you that very shortly in a second. And finally, the steam line comes up where the sidewalk is in here. There'll be an expansion joint, great point of reference. And finally, G4A that was run last year, our final tie-in, that is just to the west of the large N that you see right. Fast forward to June 8, 2017. West dorms to the right, McMahon to the left, the museum in front. These 2 round caps, that's the entrance to this vault E7. We actually replaced the ceiling in there. To the right is our new vault, E7A, will be for future connections. Then as we continue to the north, there'll be an expansion loop in here, and our new vault, D7. And this will be the point of connection for the Burton football facility. We have to run a steam line across into Hillside Road. Then the line runs pretty parallel with the new Student Rec Center and Hillside Road in through this section up through here, across from the co-op. And as we approach the entrance to the School of Business parking lot, there'll be another huge expansion loop, and we'll show you later on, pretty much right in front of this driveway in here. We're now approaching the vault A7, where we're going to make our connection from the south to the north. Now the drone has turned in sideways. What a great look down at the A7. You can see the floor has been poured. They're forming up the walls, getting ready to place that. The excavator is completing the trench excavation in front of the stairs. We looked down at all of the electric conduits that we talked about. There was a junction box there for all of the site lighting right by that excavator through there. Wonderful shot. As we see the trench box in there, because the trench is deeper than 4 feet, traveling by the School of Business. And finally we get a chance with a point of reference to see this expansion loop right in here by the sidewalk. We continue on a little bit further, and finally the point of connection is G4A, just as I noted, close to the N on UConn by the stones there. And that completes our journey today of the Hillside Road steam line. Lastly, we'll be taking you through the Northwest Science Quad infrastructure, otherwise known as the Gantt Tunnel in short, and it will begin right here, across from biophysics. We'll run down the center of the road. The trees will get removed. There'll be a new gas line to the left. Some utilities will be swapped, and this tunnel will run just about to the corner in this phase here. A future phase will run it past the parking garage to the new Northwest Science Complex. And finally, we can see an excavator making one of our temporary roads that will tie into Hillside Road for access. Can't wait to come back to show you the construction in this area. Again, today is June 8th, 2017. We thank you for your interest in our university projects. Remember to subscribe to our UConn UPDC YouTube channel. Once subscribed, under subscriptions, to the right, under the bell, a check next to send me all notifications for this channel with a save. This way, anytime we add a project or update a project, you'll receive an automatic email. We thank you for your interest in our university projects. Have a great day.